na may understanding dapat ang pamahalaan at ang mamamayan sa patuloy niyang pagbabayad ng buwis na ang karapatan ng mamamayan ay nirerespeto. That is why doon sa ating konstitusyon, nandoon yung Bill of Rights. That is the
Correct.
guarantee of the protection of our rights. Against who? Against the government. This is the protection of the people against the government. Kaya naandyan ang Bill of Rights. The basic na pinoproteksyonan dyan, tayong mga mamamayan, hindi po yung gobyerno. Ang Bill of Rights nandyan, parang protection po natin. This is our guarantee against the government. But here's the thing about governance. Ang gobyerno kasi operates on the basis of trust. This is what you call the social contract theory.
Okay. Ganda nun social contract theory
Yes. Between the government and the people.
All right.
Tayo yung nagbabayad ng buwis sa pamahalaan. At ang understanding dyan is that the government will take care of us and protect our rights.
Ay, pakinggan nyo ito
Pinaka-basic
mabuti
yun,
Importante ito.
Sa political science yan, bakit tayo mayroong pamahalaan? Bakit tayo nagbabayad ng buwis? It is because of this social contract theory. Although walang batas na nakasulat dyan. It is a concept in governance na may understanding dapat ang pamahalaan at ang mamamayan sa patuloy niyang pagbabayad ng buwis na ang karapatan ng mamamayan ay nirerespeto. That is why doon sa ating konstitusyon, nandoon yung Bill of Rights. That is the guarantee of the protection of our rights. Against who? Against the government. This is the protection of the people against the government. Kaya naandyan ang Bill of Rights. The basic na pinoproteksyonan dyan, tayong mga mamamayan, hindi po yung gobyerno. Ang Bill of Rights nandyan, parang protection po natin. This is our guarantee against the government. Bakit tayo kailangan proteksyonan against the government? Kasi once we turn over the reins of power in government, nasa kanya lahat ang kapangyarihan.
And resources.
Resources, yung pera, militar, police, lahat ng government agencies nasa kanya. And when the government decides na gamitin ko to against sa mamamayan ko, what can we do? It's only the law. It's only the Constitution. That is why yung right against unreasonable searches and seizures is guaranteed under the Constitution. Yan ang protection natin laban sa pamahalaan. Kaya lagi ko sinasabi doon sa blog ko, mahirap makialam ang taong walang alam. Because sa panahon po na ito, when government is abusing yung ating mga karapatan, kung hindi mo alam yung karapatan mo, madali kang maloloko ng pamahalaan. They can manipulate the mainstream media, social media, and feed us with basura ng mga impormasyon to control the narrative and also yung mindset ng mga mamamayan. Ganitong ginagawa sa ating mga Pilipino sa kasalukuyan. Kaya makita nyo, even the mainstream media, silent sila sa mga issue ng katiwalian dito sa mga malalaking mga politiko sa bayan. Tapos, ang mga hina-highlight nila, yung mga, halimbawa na lang, yung 18 Marines, for example. Hindi ko sila except for Jessica Soho, wala akong nakitang ibang mainstream media outfit na nag-interview sa kanila. I mean, since Erap Strada's time, tsaka kay Gloria, this would have to be the biggest scoop sa lahat. Ng mga panahon na ito, mga siguro 1990s up to early 2000s, pag may ganitong klase ng scoop, nagkakagulo yung media niya. Diba?
Yes, oo.
Kanya-kanyang expose, ang sarap i-follow up nito. Ang dami-dami mong pwedeng sundan. And then all of a sudden, we were met with dead silence. Crickets, nga, puro tunog na puliglig ang naririnig natin sa mainstream media. Buti na lang, merong mga social media tayo, mga vloggers na patuloy na who filled in the void. Kasi alam nyo yung sa demokrasya, there are 4 estates of democracy. Yung pinapaliwanag ko lagi yan. The executive, legislative, the judiciary, at saka yung media. Ito yung 4 estates of democracy para tong pillars ng tahanan, para kang poste ng tahanan. Kailangan mo yung 4 na pillars na yan para manatili yung kalayaan, yung demokrasya. Kapag nagsabwatan ang executive and legislative as what is shown dun sa mga flood control projects, ang media dapat ang trabaho niyan ay isiwalat ang katotohanan. Pero kapag ang media naging kasabwat ng tatlo, giba ka na. Natitira mo na lang pillar mo is the judiciary. Nabuti na lang may Supreme Court pa tayo na kahit papaano ay independent pa. Pero I can feel, everyone can feel it that even the Supreme Court right now is under attack. Nag-uumpisa na yung operations against the Supreme Court. With the upcoming retirement of Chief Justice Gismundo, malamang yung vacancy nito will have to be filled by another BBM appointee. The question is, in terms of seniority, si Associate Justice Leonen ang susunod dapat. Pero kami, we're already betting on it. Yung mga lawyers, magkakasama kami kahapon sa isang conference. Many lawyers believe that Justice Leonen may not be appointed as the Chief Justice kasi masyado siyang critical of the positions of the government kasi independent-minded ito. Technically, actually, yun ang kailangan natin na Chief Justice.
Correct.
Someone who thinks independently.
Yes.
But apparently, this is not what the government may want, na the administration may want. Gusto nila alam niyo, pag na-control na lahat yung pillars of democracy na yan, yung demokrasya, asan ang demokrasya natin? Wala na, di ba? Durog tayo doon. And this, I think we are heading towards a political storm, in terms of yung constitution. Baka magkaroon tayo ng constitutional crisis because of what is happening right now. And that is why, importante talaga na sa panahon na ito, yung mga tao, maalam tayong lahat, para nakakapag-participate tayo, nakakapag-engage tayo. The only thing that we can do right now, sabi ng iba, wala tayong kapangyarihan. Ngaw-ngaw lang daw tayo ng ngaw-ngaw sa social media. But in today's day and age, kayong mga vloggers, kayong mga nagpo-post sa social media, at hindi ito full-time, nagsishare lang kayo, you control the narrative in the social media. You control the narrative in the airwaves. This defines ngayon yung direction of policy making. Kahit sa Amerika di ba? Ang survey nila, binebase nila doon sa what is going viral doon sa social media.
True.
So, even actions of government are affected by social media. That is why, for example, Nepal. Nung pumuputok na yung opposition sa Nepal, anong ginawa nila? They shut down social media. Kaya lang nag-backfire yung shutting down social media. Because social media now has more power, I think, than the mainstream media. Mas makapangyarihan ang social media dahil sa sheer volume, sa dami ninyo. And the information is accessible to you. You can videotape now, tapos naka-post na agad kayo sa on air na kayo, di ba?
Oo.
So mabilis.
Mabilis.
Mabilis yung transfer of information today. And that is why your role as social media influencers or bloggers, napaka-critical dito sa demokrasya because you are now filling up a void. Na bakante yung espasyo na dapat ginagampanan ng mainstream media.
Pinapalakpakan yan. You need to fill the void because you have the power to control the narrative. Meron kayong kapangyarihan para isiwalat at ilagay, Pero dapat sa tamang konteksto kung ano ang nasa likod ng bawat kwento na hindi pwedeng baluktutin.